Watch us remove this infected debris from this particular patient's ear canal. My name is Reese Barber. I'm one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates. Now, when we take a look at this first of all, I thought this material was wet. I could see there was this little sort of crumbly bit here at the entrance, but beyond that, I thought we were looking at wet infected debris. But what we were actually looking at here, it was infected debris, but the patient was using antibiotic spray. And what we find when you use an antibiotic spray, it tends to harden the debris up. You know, like the old magic sand where you kind of spray it and it would set, or beads they used to be there, you put them together and spray them with water and they'd set. It's kind of a bit like that, but with this infected debris. So I think what's happened here, we've got this really tough outer layer here, which is coming away really nicely. And then beyond that there, I thought this was wet, but it's not, it's absolutely solid. So I'll give you a bit of background for this patient. This patient had been on holiday, and while she was away, she actually got an infection. So the ear was feeling really sore. She came back home, GP took a look and could see that it was infected, prescribed a spray to clear that up, which is great. So the pain has started to subside. It's still quite uncomfortable in here, but the pain has started to subside, but the hearing didn't return. And you can see why. So we've got this section here. Now I'm exploiting this little gap on the left-hand side. I'm pulling through with the St. Bartok. Now the difficulty when you get this type of infected debris is it becomes super brittle, so super crumbly and brittle. And when that happens, when you put pressure on it, it just starts to break down, which is what happened here. So now I'm going back in now with a standard size sonotube, just taking the bits that just broke away. So that way then I can see what the more solid piece is, what the main bulk of this infected plug is. Stay tuned for when we put the Rosen inserter in a second, guys, because that's an interesting bit. So we're just getting this out now. I create a little gap here at the top. Not really got anything to work with here at the bottom. It's just so tough, it's not budging. So we've got the Rosen inserter in here now. And I'm thinking, well, do I go for that little tiny gap? Do I find if there's a ridge I can exploit on here? But not really. So we're going to aim for the gap. We're going to just sneak just behind it. There we go, I'm in through the gap now. So the patients start to hear a little bit better because you've got the hole there. But watch this come away. You ready? There we go, putting a little bit of pressure. A little bit of forward movement here, and then the whole plug just starts to move. There we go. We're using the sort of structure of the plug against itself here. We're pulling and the whole thing came away. The look on this patient's face when that came away, because their hearing, boom, suddenly came back. They could hear everything really, really well. They couldn't get over the difference in the sensation inside their ear canals as well. It was feeling so much better in there. Just feeling much better. So we're just taking away some of these looser bits of debris here. I have got, just before we get to the end of this one, I've got an amazing eardrum peel for you. Don't go anywhere, make sure you check. I know a lot of you say like I don't go anywhere anyway, but yeah, if you're new to the channel you might think, oh, they're done now, come on the next one. If you like infected material, I'm going to put a little card up here. Have a little look at that video. That was a really interesting one where we actually removed infection from a patient's ear canal as well. That's a good one to watch. Make sure you check that one out. Okay, interesting one. Now what's going on here? Let's take a, that eardrum does not look right, does it? What is going on there, guys? What is happening? Type it in the comment section below before I tell you. There you go, pause it if you need to. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Alright, so basically what you've got is a really thin epithelial skin layer that's grown over the canal. Okay, so this isn't the eardrum. This is actually a layer of very fine, almost like spider web, like gossamer kind of, not gossamer, is that the right word? Very thin material here just in front of the eardrum, which was actually stopping the patient from hearing particularly well. Now the patient actually had a double whammy going on, so they also had some mid-ear effusion as well. But this was really causing some discomfort in the patient's ear canal. They were in that much pain. They were literally crying. They were in that much pain with this piece of skin that was in here as well. And that's just because when you've got these thin layers here, they're attached to all those more sensitive parts of the ear canal. They were pulling. It was just really uncomfortable. Now I'm trying to draw this down, but I'm struggling here to get a good grip, or good enough grip with a fine end. So I've got in with a standard size sonotube here. Let's lift from the base, but keep an eye on the surrounding area around it. Look at that. As that starts to peel away, look how the surface epithelial layer peels away. Now we talk about this epithelial migration, this conveyor belt mechanism for the skin inside the ear canal. That is what you are seeing there, is that system breaking down, not particularly working very well. And you've got this surface layer of skin there, this very surface epithelial layer that's just dried out. But remember I tell you, it grows the full length of the canal. You can see that at work there. Out that comes, there you go. So out all the way out to the outside. That's the fine end as well, so I didn't cause it to clarinet. Eardrum looking very, very dull. This patient has some middle ear effusion there. So you had a bit of a double whammy. Really, you know, that layer of skin and the middle ear effusion. Same on this side. Very different here though. Look at it. It's not quite the same as the other side. The other side was a translucent bit of skin. Much thicker skin on this one to come away, dead skin. Now you can see that entrance layer there. Look as we lift this up. There we go. You can see that peeling away. It's almost gone golden in colour this time. It is an epic eardrum peel as well at the end of this, so make sure you stay tuned for the end, guys. But this is coming away, this lift from the side. There we go, just trying to loosen off this edge. Look how this comes away. Lift, lift, lift. Just trying to get a good grip. This is always a difficult one to do because these skin layers are so thin. It becomes really difficult to get a good grip without touching the canal wall. But look at that. See how it's peeling away? So this has gone right the way from the eardrum all the way along the canal wall there. Look how that has dried out. It's peeled right the way down. I'm struggling to lift. I'm trying to get a grip a bit further down that layer so we can lift him right to the top. There we go. Look at it peeling from the actual eardrum itself. So we just need to grip. Look, it's all, as soon as I'm getting a grip on the skin, it's just peeling these sort of thinner layers up. Now you can really see this layer that's built up over the eardrum as well. Look at this coming away. See how that's kind of folded forwards? It's kind of hanging in the middle of the canal, almost like a spider web there sitting down. And if we can just lift this next section. There we go, and look how this top section now is folding down. Look how it peels from all the way around the canal wall there. This is a really, really good one. You don't see eardrum peels too often, and they are one of my favourite things to do, these kind of peels off the canal wall. As long as you've got a place to start. If you can do one little bit to start, it's brilliant to do. Absolutely, they're always far more difficult if you haven't got that one starting spot. Now we've got this really deep section here. So let's peel, oh, nearly, let's peel again. See how it's attached top and bottom there of the canal wall. It's anchored into place in these two sections here. And that's what's making it difficult, because as I'm pulling the centre, it's got these two anchor points which are just not willing to let it go here above and below the eardrum. So we've got this section, we can see the eardrum has almost got this golden colour to it. Now that could be the middle ear effusion, but I think it's more likely this layer of dead skin that's sitting right on top of the drum. So let's get that piece away. There we go. And pull the next section. And again, you can see I'm trying to get the right grip here. There we go. We can see the whole thing starting to fold towards the right. It's moving. It's moving. If we can just get this forward. There we go. There we go. That's almost there. There we are. Look at that peel off the drum. Look, look, look. See that? So that golden colour we could see on the eardrum is actually a layer of dead skin. Now, don't forget, your eardrum is epithelial layer. These circumferential and radial fibres in the middle give it structure, give it kind of the sort of the appearance we've got there. And then you've got this mucosal layer behind which lines the middle ear space. So what you saw there was that dead epithelial layer, this almost keratinous layer that's built up over the eardrum itself, which is going to restrict the movement of the eardrum. And the patient had some middle ear effusion there as well. So lots going on in that one, guys. So we have 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch worth of wax. If you enjoyed the video, guys, don't forget to like, heart, share, follow, and subscribe for me. If you like this particular video, Taylor did an immense, I think it's one of the best eardrum peels on the channel. That is going to be up there if you're watching this on YouTube. But as always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another. And I shall see you again for the next video. Bye, everyone.